Hello, everybody, and welcome to 5 in 5, your weekly diet of bite sized reflections from individuals who are trailblazing diversity and inclusion in many walks of life. My name is Nile Henry, and I'm your host of 5 in 5. Today, I am joined by a very special guest, Chi Onwurah, Member of Parliament representing Newcastle Upon Tyne Central. She's the Shadow Minister for Science, Digital and Tech, and is a chartered electrical engineer and a massive advocate for women in STEM. Chi, welcome to 5 in 5.
Thank you.
And we're going to go straight into the questions here, Chi. So the first one is, what do you think is one of the largest barriers to female diversity in STEM?
Well, the lack of women in STEM, is a complex sort of mix of culture, history, sexism, misogyny, politics, educational opportunities, expectations. But I think actually what I find, the biggest barrier is complacency. Now, I'm sick and tired of hearing CEOs or deans of universities or whatever telling me, that they're doing all they can, that they're working as hard as they can, politicians also, and people don't get the urgency here. I graduated from Imperial in 1984, in the intervening, almost 30 years, 40 years, almost 40 years, the proportion of women studying engineering, engineering being studied by women, has only risen by 2 percentage points. We can't go on like this. Our STEM is transforming our world. Digital is transforming our lives, tech is transforming our work, and we need to make use of everybody's talent. So I am tired of hearing that we're doing everything we can. We need to have change, and that means funding better in more places for women in universities, making sure that there's women on every shortlist for tech jobs, encouraging from a young age that it's not all about it's not pink for girls and dinosaurs for boys. There's lots that needs to be done. There's lots that needs to be done, and Labour wants to make sure, that we are enabling women and girls to go into tech through education and encouragement. But let's not have complacency that we've done enough so far.
Do you know what, Chi? That was absolutely fantastic. And I believe that my second question was, what actions do you think that we're going to need to take? And you kind of answered that. So that was amazing. But going on to the third one, in terms of developments in STEM currently happening right now, which one excites you right now?
Okay, I will say that what I didn't mention was lifelong education. So, I decided I wanted to be an engineer when I was about 10. Not everybody makes a decision so long. If you're 30, if you're 40, if you're 50, you should still be able to train to be an engineer at that age. So, but what excites me, STEM continuously excites me. But I think what excites me right now most is probably superconductors. Because I think they can really transform. If we can get them right, and in computing power terms, it can really transform again, all our the basis for computing power, the access to computing power. It can mean that everybody basically has a major supercomputer supporting, helping and assisting them. And I do think that's what we need to make big data, all those things kind of work in people's interests and not just in big tech's interests. We should do that without superconductors, but I think that superconductors are a really sort of exciting way in which we can continue to sort of expand the power of computing.
Excellent.
Well, there's lots of other things that superconductors can do, like nuclear fusion.
Excellent. And this is a question that I've just come up with, but I'd love to ask you, what was your passion growing up for wanting to become an electrical engineer?
Well, I actually wanted to build spaceships. I saw 2009 a Space Odyssey when I was a kid, and I wanted to build spaceships and computers like HAL, if anyone's seen that. But I also just wanted to make the world sort of work better. I was growing up in the Northeast where, invented trains. It's a big, engineering is a big thing in the Northeast, and people really respected it. So I think it was a combination of that. I wanted to make things work for people at a price that people can afford, but I also wanted to build spaceships.
Excellent, excellent. Now, Chi, we like to ask all of our guests this question, and it's a bit of a tricky one for some of them, but I'd love to hear what yours is. So my fourth question is, what is your favorite failure?
Well, that's a great question. And I think in this country, we don't respect failure enough. Failure teaches you so much. So I think my sort of favorite failure in history, if you like, is Alexander Fleming's failure to keep his lab clean, because that's how he discovered penicillin, which, I mean, I don't think penicillin saved so many lives and just transformed, like the possibilities for surgery, and but that would not have happened if he'd kept his lab tidy and he hadn't got those penicillin discovered penicillin by accident. If you talk my favorite failure, I was working for a US startup in 2000, which went into Chapter 11, which is the American equivalent of bankruptcy. It was absolutely devastating for me at the time. I was sort of stuck in the US without a means of really getting home, and it was really traumatic, and obviously no salary. But I learned such a lot from that about bankruptcy and about what is a success, and about leadership as well, that I'm glad I had that experience now.
Wow, I never knew that wasn't on your bio, but fantastic. It's good, great to know. And my last question, this is a random bonus question, so we like to just throw out random questions. So if you could have 3 wishes, Chi, what would they be and why?
Well, I wish I had 3 wishes, but okay. So I think the first one, where sort of, it's COP26 coming up. First one would be to solve climate change. So to get net zero sustainable economy in place in the world, and then we can address the other issues around making society better, more equal, fairer, etc. But with the planet burning, that's taking up so much of our energy and time, rightly so. First wish is end climate change, net zero economy. The second wish is a Labour government as soon as possible, and that way, I know that my constituents would be having a better deal, that we'd be investing in the economy, we'd be investing in jobs and in training and in green technologies and in fair digital transformation. And then my third wish is for Newcastle United to win the Champions League, because if they win the Champions League, they'll have had to have already finished pretty high in the Premier League, and then we've had an international sort of campaign as well. I mean, Newcastle United fan, if you haven't guessed.
And you'll never know. Maybe in the next 5 years, Newcastle could be Premier League champions.
Champions League champions.
Oh,
European Champions League champions. That's the way.
You've heard it here first, guys. 5 years from now, Champions League winners, Newcastle United. Bringing it home. Excellent, Chi. Right, folks, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you so much, Chi, for being a guest on 5 in 5. If you've enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. This will also be going out on LinkedIn, so make sure that you follow the Blair Project on LinkedIn too. Catch us next week for another exciting episode. And for now, catch you later.
Thanks. It's fun. Bye-bye.